Hi guys, my name is Ravi Prakash and welcome to Rodha. So today we'll be handling one of the most difficult and random topics, that is number series, right? So basically this is a quite a difficult topic which is for everyone, and if you can crack those one or two or three questions in exam that comes right, okay, then we will be pretty ahead of the others actually, right? So let's start with this, guys. Yeah, so this exam actually point for XAT. I think I have XAT they have asked few times, but SNAP and NMAT is the most important, right? So a few times I've seen in XAT, okay, rarely only, but can't deny the fact that they can be again asked in XAT, right? And then a few times in IFT. So XAT and IFT rare chances, but actually once they ask one or two, they can ask one or two questions, right? As they have earlier, and the students are pretty kind of confused at what to do in this question, right? We'll see those questions also. And SNAP, NMAT kind of exam, Maharashtra CET, very common, right? They can be asked, in fact, 2 to 3 to 4 questions in this exam, right? It's a very, very important topic. And basically, these topics are important because once you crack, let's say that if you solve those two questions within 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, right? Then you're pretty ahead of the others, because others, many people in these two questions will spend 5 minutes and still will not be able to solve that actually, right? So that means you're plus 6 marks in two questions ahead of that part, and with that ahead in time also, right? So that's why these are actually make or break things, small things in examination, right? Okay. So yeah, before that, those who are giving CAT 2021, and you can pass this information to your friends also. So for CAT 2021, we are conducting national scholarship test here. Okay, so NST being done here that 5 to 7 p.m. every Sunday, and same day analysis. So we have same this Sunday also. We have this national scholarship test for CAT, right? That's for CAT 2021 basically. Fine. So just pass this information, and again we can use multiple when just Amazon vouchers also, right? So it's good in confidence building also, and you got to know that where are you standing right now. That's more important, right? At what point is standing, how much effort you need to put actually in next 1 year, that is very, very important, right? So that's why with a good chance of winning some prize also, and you see that how much you stand on this ground. Okay, that means you have to work hard. Don't you work hard, right? Maybe you're weak in a particular section, or you don't have any idea in one section. That means you got to understand that, okay, let's work harder now, right? That's a good way to start actually, right? And you can enroll to the link that I'll put in description, guys. Okay, so in description, the first link I'll put here, so you can actually just enroll to that link, and you'll get all the messages for test and analysis, right? Chalo. So let's start with our number series, right? Okay, number series. Now, so there are a few types of series actually here, guys, which we should know before solving those practice questions. So we'll do a lot of practice questions, right? But before that, we should have some idea about what kind of series, how series behaves actually, right? For example, the very common thing is here that we get a difference series, right? So obviously, my mind always thinks upon difference series whenever I'm looking for different numbers here, right? So basically difference series, right? So what is difference series, for example? So if any series, if you see, and you can catch that by difference here, right? For example, let's say I have a series here like start with this 6, then 18, then maybe it should be like 30, then for example 42. So quite easy numbers, right? Okay, so what is the next number here? So you can simply put these values here, right? That okay, 6 to 18, the difference is plus 12, again difference is plus 12, again difference is plus 12, again difference plus 12. So what is the answer? Answer is 66, right? So there's one kind of differences that we'll see in the questions, right? The other thing what we should understand here, the pattern of actually sum of digits, right? So basically if we have this kind of questions here, for example, let's say I give you a question like this, start off with 45. Okay, not exactly right, just wait a minute. Okay, so if we start this question, let's say it start off with 48, then the next number is 60, then 66, then 78, then 93, then actually it becomes 105, then the next is blank here, right? And the next number you give is 114 here. Okay, so basically if you try to in this kind of question, if you try to find some pattern, it actually becomes very different actually, very difficult for this actually, right? Okay, so 48 to 60, it's plus 12, then plus 6, then plus 12, then plus 15. Okay, So if you take difference here, it's a very random pattern here. 12, 6, 12, 15, 12, don't know. Here the overall difference becomes 9, that the number is lesser here, right? So actually in this kind of system, in series behave very randomly. Okay, series behaves very randomly. So in those kind of questions, you can actually think that, let's try to relate with the sum of digits here. Okay, so let's say 48, 60, 66 like that, right? So 105, 114, it goes like this, right? So basically, if you see here, so what is 48? So 4 plus 8 is 12. So sum of digits, right? It is sum of digits. 12 is being added here. 6 plus 0 is 6. 66. 6 is being added here. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 is being added here, right? 7 plus 8 is 15. So again 15 is being added here, right? You can see all these numbers here, okay? Then again 9 plus 3 is 12. So 12 is being added here, right? Again 1 plus 0 plus 5 is 6. So 1 plus 0 plus 5 is basically 6. 6 I should add here, it becomes 1, 1, 1. And again to cross verify, we'll see that 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. And now again 3 is a difference here, right? So 3 is a difference from here to here. And 6 is a difference from here to here. Correct. That's a kind of sum of digits pattern. Okay, so that is very important also, right? So basically, we can see one question asked in exam also regarding this, right? Okay. So basically, it could be sum of digits also, as well as when you try to relate with the sum of digits, it can also go with the product of digits also, right? For example, we can also have this product of digits also. Okay, so for example, if you have product of digits here, so we can, like for example, if we have this numbers like 81, okay, then it can 8 into 1 becomes 8. So 8 may be added here, becomes 89. Now 8 into 9 is 72. 72 can be added here, it becomes 161. 1 into 6 into 1 is 6. Okay, 6 can be added here, right? That is basically, that becomes 167, right? Series can be asked this question here, right? So you should understand that this kind of questions. So 1 into 6 into 7 is 42. If I add 42, it becomes 209. Okay, that's a part of these numbers here, right? So we can see basically a question that was asked here in XAT also, right? So we'll just see one question that was asked in XAT here, guys. So there's a XAT question regarding this, and it's a good question. Okay, so once question was asked in XAT, for example, the question was 65, 76, 118, 128, 144, 168. Okay, and they asked what is this number here? 144, and this is they asked what is this number, right? So basically, if you understand, if you try to solve it, right, you will see that it is related to sum of digits and product of digits actually, right? So we have basically 6 plus 5 is equal to 11, so 11 being added here. Now if you see 76 to 118, 42 is the difference. How to get 42? So 7 into 6 will become 42 here, correct? Then if you see from 118 to 128, plus 10 is the difference here. How do you get plus 10? So 1 plus 1 plus 8, that is equal to plus 10 here. That is plus 10, right? So basically 118 is plus 10. Then 128 to 144 is basically plus 16 here, right? So how do you get plus 16? Just multiply digits, 1 into 2 into 8, right? So what's happening here, guys? So alternate, I'm adding digits every time, but alternate time digits are being added and dates are being multiplied, and that sum is always being added here, right? So again 128 to 16, 144, and again 144. So 1 plus 4 plus 4 is basically 9. So this should be 153. And then again 153 to this difference is 15. How to get that 15? 1 into 5 into 3, right? There's some nice series, right? Okay, so this is a kind of series they asked in XAT. Okay, so that's why I told, if you could solve this series, this kind of numbers, if you studied earlier, you could solve this exam within 30 seconds, right? And then maybe maximum 1 minute, and then you're very much ahead of the others, right? This kind of questions just jumps it takes your percentile to another level, right? That's why very important, this number series questions, right? Okay, so okay, first again we'll practice at the last, right? Let's have we'll practice in last. Just at last, just see different types of number of series here, right? So now if okay, so basically fourth one, right? A series which relates to prime numbers, right? So basically there's a particular series which relates to prime numbers here. Okay, for example, if we have a question like this, let's say we start off with 719, then next number is 820, then next number is 909. Okay, 820, 909, yeah, correct, right? Then next number is 988, then the next number is 1059, next number is 1120. What is the next number? This is the question, right? If you observe this series, guys, if you observe this, difference here is 101, difference here is 89, difference here is 79, difference here is 71, and difference here is 61, right? So if you see this is basically alternate prime numbers, right? These are alternate prime numbers, because we know that 101 is the smallest 3-digit prime number, and after 101, 97 being skipped. Okay, after 89, 83 being skipped. After 83, 79 is there, 73 being skipped. 71, 67 being skipped, right? So after 61, we should skip 59, and the next prime number is 53 here. If you add 53, our answer should be equal to 1173. That should be the answer. Correct, right? So these are, we can also say series in terms of prime numbers here. Okay. Now another series is basically which we can see upon is basically multiplicative series, right? Okay. So some kind of series we have also is multiplicative series here. Multiplicative series. Okay. So basically once we see this multiplicative series here, right, that multiplicative series actually relates to, for example, the series is increasing or decreasing very fast, right? So increasing or decreasing very fast. So those kind of series will come under multiplicative series, right? For example, if we have, let's say, increasing very fast. Yeah. So basically, for example, let's say if we have any number here, for example, I can put here 7, then I can put 23. Okay, then I can put 49. Then I can put 149. Then I can put 301. Then I can put this number, and it's 1813. This can be the question here, right? So if you observe this here, basically, so one thing is for sure, that I'm not looking for difference in this series, right? I'm not looking for difference pattern. I'm not looking for difference pattern. Why? Because in difference pattern, the number actually it's increasing very fast. You can see 7, 23, 49, 149, 300, and then 1813, right? So number is basically series is increasing very fast. So it is increasing very fast. Try to relate it with multiplication, right? Some kind of multiplication. For example, if I try to see some pattern here, so 7 to 23, the nearest multiple is 7, 3 are 21, so it should be into 3 and plus 2. 23 to 49, then it should be into 2 plus 3. 49 to 149, it should be into 3 plus 2. So you got the pattern, right? Into 3 plus 2, into 2 plus 3. So we're looking for some kind of multiplication. Again, it should be into 2 plus 3. And now it should be into 3 plus 2. So 301 into 3 is 903. Plus 2 is 905. Okay. And again, into 2 plus 3 satisfies. Okay. So some kind of multiplicative series which is increasing or decreasing very fast. Right. Now one more common series what I've seen in the examination is basically a series which relates to 0.5. Again, very common part, right? Series which relates to 0.5. Series which relates to 0.5. Okay. So 0.5 basically means that basically 0.5 is this some kind of multiplication in this series, right? And it has a very common pattern in the recent examinations, right? So basically, if you see here, I'll try to first a series will be like in this kind of series. Generally, what happens? Series actually decreases a bit, then it increases a bit, right? Like for example, we can have a series like this. Let's say 12, then 12 to I can have 6 here, then again 6 here, then 9 here, then 18, then 45, then 135, and then blank. So basically in this, what you can see, guys, so basically it is into 0.5. Okay, now it is into 1, it is into 1.5, it is into 2, it is into 2.5, and it is into 3. So next should be into 3.5. So 135 into 3 is 405 and 67.5, that is 472.5. So 472.5 should be the answer. Okay, this kind of series relates to 0.5. So basically it can be into 0.5 plus 1, it can be into 0.5 plus 1 or into 0.5 minus 1 or something like that, right? So basically this is very important. Okay, another kind of series in this in these examinations basically are, okay, which the questions which relates to actually near to, which are near to, okay, is squares and cubes. So basically to answer such kind of questions, you should actually remember all the 1 to 30 squares, should actually remember, and 1 to 20 cubes you should actually remember, right? You should actually remember this thing, near to squares. And so numbers can be like near to squares and cubes. For example, I can see here, okay, for example, we have this here are guys 843, then I have a number like 964, then I have a number like 1373, then I have a number like 1686, then I have a number like 1855, and what is the next number, right? If I see this series actually, so if you observe it, so it is basically close to 841. If you should remember 841, 841 is 29 square, okay, that is equal to 841. It is 841 plus 2, so 29 square plus 2. Then if you observe this 9, this is 961, okay, so 961 plus 3, right, that is equal to 31 square plus 3, so 964. Then we have 373. So if you observe, it is close to 1369, that is 37 square. The 37 square is 1369, okay, plus 4, that is 37 square plus 4 it is, okay. Next, this is 41 square is 1681, 41 square plus 5. Then it is close to 1849. What is 1849? That is 43 square. So 43 square plus 6. So you can observe guys, 29, 31, then 37, then 41, then 43. All these are consecutive prime numbers. The next prime number should be 47 square. It should be 47 square plus 7, right? So 47 square is basically 2209, okay, and plus 7 is 2216. So 1 to 30 should remember and should have general idea about. All to 1 to 50 squares, basically we all somehow we know and we see those numbers while studying actually, right? So have a general idea about this 1 to 50 squares is very important, right? So 1 to 20, 1 to 30 they used to ask some 5-7 years later. So now the exams are pushing to a bit difficult size, right? Okay. So just try to remember till 1 to 50 and just have familiarity with 1 to 50 numbers, right? So that's how it is, okay. So basically this near to squares and cubes also can do the job, right? And there are 7th number is some typical series actually, okay, and these one, right? So basically let's look at these few questions guys, okay. So we'll just try to look at a few questions and we'll try to solve it, okay. Sure. Then let's do questions here. Okay, so for example, if you just try to have a look at this series here, basically series is 625, 5, 125, 25, 25, 125, the next number is 5, okay, okay, so let's do some questions guys. So we'll have few questions here. For example, let's do the first question here. The first question, let's say my number is 2, 9, 28, 65, 126, 217, and this should be a dash. Okay, just try this for 5 questions. I'll just write on in one go. Okay, and then we'll solve it. 625, then 5, then 125, then 25, then 25, again a blank, then 5. Okay, next question is, let's say 13, then we have 35, then we have 57, then we have 79, then we have 911, and this is the next number here. Okay, then the next question, 23, 25, 53, 163, 657. What is the next number, right? So yeah, let's start with these questions actually. Okay. So what is the answer of first question? If you can solve quickly, right? So if you see here, what is the answer for first question for me? Okay. So the first question here should be 298217, right? So quite simple actually. It's close to the cubes. 1 cube plus 1, 2 cube plus 1, 3 cube plus 1, 27 plus 1, 4 cube plus 1, 5 cube plus 1, 6 cube plus 1, and the next number should be what? 7 cube plus 1, that is equal to 344, right? So 344 is the next number, that is 7 cube plus 1. Okay. Now if you understand this second question here, okay, so little bit you can think over it. Okay, what's going on actually? 625 then 5 number 25 25 25, right? So if you cannot find a pattern here, so there's also, it's an example of alternate series here. Okay, so things will happen in alternate actually, right? So for example, if we have this 625, so if you observe one size, so 625, then 125, then 25, and then 5, correct? Now so basically what is 625 here? So 625 is 5 raised to 4, 125 is 5 cube, 25 is 5 square, and then we have got 5 raised to 1, so decreasing power of 5. On another side we should have increasing power of 5, right? This is 5 actually, it is 5 raised to 1. Then we have this 5 square, 25. The next number should be 5 cube, that is equal to 125. So 125 should be my answer here, correct? Now next one, third one guys. So 13, 37, 35, 57, 79. So people actually till now find it very easy because it is going like 22, 22, 22, 22, and then suddenly they are blank. What has happened here, right? That's why, right? You should just face this kind of series before examination. That's my whole aim, that before the main examination, just face this kind of series actually, right? So you can understand here, if you see how does 9, 11 come here. So 1 and 3 are two consecutive odd numbers. Then 3 and 5, next two consecutive odd numbers. 5 and 7, two consecutive odd numbers. 7 and 9, two consecutive. 9, 11, two consecutive. Then it should be 11 and 13. So 1, 1, triple 1, 3 is the answer, right? So triple 1, 3 is the answer. Okay, and next one is now this 23 and this 25, 53. So if you observe this series now is, it is basically increasing very fast here. Okay, so increasing very fast, like 23, 25, then 53, then 163, then 1657, right? So basically what is happening here? Okay, so just try to find a decent pattern here, right? So it's a kind of, if it is increasing very fast, it should be a multiplicative series. So multiplicative series basically means, just try to have this something on multiplication here. For example, from here to here, it is into 1 plus 2. That's the only way we can go from 23 to 25 by something multiplying, right? 23 into 1, 23 plus 2, 25. So if you see here, it's basically into 2 plus 3. So 25 into 2 is 50 plus 3, 53. If you see next here, it should be into 3 plus 4. So you got the pattern, into 1 plus 2, into 2 plus 3, into 3 plus 4. 53 into 3 is 159 plus 4, 163. Then we have we have plus 163. Then we have got here into 4 and plus 5. Okay, so next should be into 5 plus 6. So when it is into 5 plus 6, so 657 into 5 is 3285 plus 63291 is the answer. Okay, so that's the question here, right? So again, sir, it's a good question, right? Okay, now let's move to the next one, guys. Okay, so fifth one, guys. Okay, a bit tough one. a bit tough one. Okay, but again you should know this pattern, right? Which the number is 2, 7, 40. Then we have got this. We don't know the number here, and the number is 3906. Okay, so that's the question here. Okay, just try to find what is the series, right? So if you basically think over it, this series, so it's quite difficult basically, and it's difficult to crack. If you can crack it, it's great, right? Otherwise, just know this pattern. Actually, it's a special series. Actually, it's a special series, and we should know it, because sometimes if you get, so it's very difficult to crack. So it is good. It is if it is known before. If you see here 2 guys. So basically, if you try anything here, multiplicative and all, it won't work, because I told you it's a special series. So you should remember it. Like 2 is what? 1 raised to 0 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay. Then for 2 basically, 2 raised to 0 plus 2 is 1 plus 2 is square is basically 7. Right? Then 3 raised to 0 plus 3 raised to 1 plus 3 is square plus 3 cube. Basically whatever number we are picking here, we're starting again from beginning. So 3 power 0 to power 3. 2 power 0 to power 2, 1 power 0 to power 1, like that, right? It is basically 40. Okay, and then the next should be 4 raised to 0 plus 4 raised to 1 plus 4 is square plus 4 cube plus 4 raised to 4. So 4 raised to 4 is 256 plus 64 320 plus 16 336 plus 4 plus 1. This is 341, right? And this is 5. Okay, this should be 5 1 5 0 plus 5 raised to 1 plus 5 is square plus 5 cube plus 5 raised to 4 plus 5 raised to 5. 3125 plus 625 3750 plus 125 3875 plus 25 3900 plus 5 plus 1 3906. Okay, that's a good series, so remember it. Okay, so nothing to feel bad about it, और मुझे भी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं कोई गाली देने का इसमें, ठीक है, बस बता रहा हूँ, इसको याद रखना आप लोग, ठीक है? दिस इज सीरीज. ओके, remember it's a special series, that it's a special series here, a special series, right? चलो, now let's move to next one here. Okay, next question guys, let's see the sixth one here. Okay, so there's a kind of series they ask in exam here. Okay, it's a type of series again they ask in exam, and basically they try to make you find actually this is a pattern for the question. For example, they have a series like this. Okay, let's say they're giving 12, then 30, okay, then 120, then 460, then 1368, sorry, 1368, okay, and then 2730. So they say ki, okay, this is series here, and then again the next series starts from 16. Okay, and then they give A, B, C, D and E for these 5 numbers, right? And they'll ask you what is the value of D in this. Okay, so you got the question, right? The question is there are 2 series here. First series is 12, 30, 120, 460, like that. The next series has to be in the same pattern. Okay, so same pattern as the previous one. So you need to find, if you try to start with 16, what is D here? Okay, what will come in place of D? So it's a good question, right? If you just try to break and solve this, guys. Okay, it's a good question here. Actually, in this kind of questions, when from starting we have multiple possible, because numbers are small here, right? So I know it's a multiplicative series because it is increasing very fast. Okay, so it's a multiplicative series, right? But looking directly from 12 to 30, we can have multiple possibilities. Into 2 plus 6, into 3 minus 6, into 4 minus 18, kind of, right? So basically I have, if I see from here to here, we have multiple possibilities. So that's why we should hold in this kind of question a bit. Okay, and then we should start from the last, because when the numbers get bigger, we have lesser cases actually. Okay, so in this question you can start from the last actually, right? So from here to here, if you observe here, so from 1368 to 2730, basically into 2, obviously we can see double, right? So 1368 is into 2 is 1736, sorry, 2736 minus 6. So okay, it is into 2 minus 6, and there is no other possibility, right? Because it is only close to double. If I see from here to here, then if I go one step more backward, so 400 to 1300, some 3 is being multiplied. Okay, so obviously 3 is being multiplied. So if we multiply 3, so into 3, so 460 into 3 is 1380. So 1380 minus 12 it is, minus 12. Okay, So you got some pattern, right? Into 2, into 3, 6 and 12. Let's confirm it. Once we go one more step back, should be into 4. So 120 into 4 is 480, and 480 minus 20 they are giving me, right? They are giving me minus 20 here. Okay. So 6, then a 12, then 20, right? That's the pattern we are getting. Okay, fine. That means I again observe it. Okay. Now 30 to 120, it should be into 5 minus 30. Correct? So into 5 minus 30. Okay. And then here to here should be into 6 minus 42. 12 into 6 is 172 and minus 42, right? Because into 6 times will lead to 72, and we got a difference of 730 if we are following this pattern. Not sure right now, but if you're reading this into 2, into 3, looks like a pattern, but not sure till now. Okay. Into 2, into 3, into 4, into 5, into 6. Okay, fine. Now, if I actually see these numbers, guys, so I'll just try to find something here that, okay, into 2, into 3, into 4, into 5, into 6 looks fine. But what about this 6? So 6 to 12, 12 to 20, to 30 to 42. So basically difference, it goes like what? Okay, so difference goes like difference 6, difference 8, difference 10 and difference 12. That's how it goes, right? That's how it goes actually. Okay, so if we're trying to do the same thing here, so again it should be what? So I can simply do this series. We can follow it now, guys. I can start with now 16. It should be 16 into 6 minus 42. The next number should be 54. Okay, that should be in the place of A, I should get a 54 here. Correct, right? So in the place of A, I get a 54. Okay. Again, it should be into 5 minus 30. So 54 into 5 is 270, minus 30 is 240. Then it should be into 4 minus 20 as it is here. So 240 into 4 is 960, minus 20 is 940. That is in place of A, B and C. I want D here. So 940 into 3 minus 12. Okay. So 940 into 3 is 2820 minus 12 is 2808. That should come in place of D here. A, B, C, D. This is the answer. Okay. This kind of question they ask in SNAP and NMAT also, right? So there's different kinds of series like this in number series also. Like 2 series, there is their wrong number is there. Okay. And finding pattern is of course there, right? So we'll see. We'll continue this number series part in the next video, right? So till then, please revise this fundas. It's very, very important for your other examinations here. Okay. Chalo. Thank you guys for watching.